A traditional wood fire oven, or also known as Masonry oven, is basically a method of cooking that is common in the 19th century that used wood as their main burner. A wood oven is an oven made out of clay adobe, refractory floor bricks, or refractory concrete. Traditionally, ovens were made using material that was not costly and easy to obtain in nature. Nowadays, everything we need to build a wood oven readily are available in most refractory and building store yards. It is also said that this method is origin from India in bread making and then actively practiced in Italy in pizza making. Salahuddin Bakery is one of the bakery that is still using the traditional way in bread making. Entering the shop is like walking down the memory lane. Dim light, black and white pictures hung all over the wall, and varieties of breads and pastries served really give an old school vibe. Amid the trendy and hipster cafes along the street, this old bakery is still churning out the coal fire bread. It is like a real proof of how wood fire oven method is brought to Tanah Melayu from India. This bakery that is now run by the fourth generation was first established by a guy from North India named Sharif Muhammad Meko, who migrated to Tanah Melayu in 1835. This scenario is also proving what happened in 19th century when the Chinese and Indian first came to Tanah Melayu and get involved in the second and third sector of economy, which is business and trading. At first, they only sell breads, but now they have started to add various types of buns, cake, and curry puff to suit the current demand, and in one night, they produce more than 200 pieces of buns and breads. The packing process is done late at night to ensure that they manage to sell fresh goods in the morning. Every night from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning, they make the dough, shaping, cutting, filling, packaging, and everything to be sold the next morning. Based on our observation and the details that we got from the sons of Salahuddin Bakery, they will start to knead the flour for the bread starting from 8 p.m. Because of their expertise on doing the knead work, they can finish all the 20 types of all food in just one night. It is so fascinating to see the shape of each bread and pastry food that was kneaded with different unique shape. Besides, they will only start to bake all the breads and pastries after they completely finish all the kneading and shaping process. They use a very long wooden stick to put in all those dough into the traditional wood stove, which is designed almost the same like an old room-sized igloo and can fit in about 20 trays in it. They only have one oven, and that is the same oven from the first time they established this bakery. Salahuddin Bakery used wood-fired oven to bake the ready-made dough despite having it to be lit on for about 4 hours before they can start the baking process. They have to wait until the fire pit turns into embers because they need the heat from the ember to turn the dough into fluffy breads. The base of the fire pit is made by wood pellet, and they use mangrove wood on top of it. According to Encik Rahim Han, the son of the current owner of the bakery, they has never tried to viral the bakery, but instead, it's done by the customers. They did not do any promotions on social media, nor paid somebody to advertise the bakery, but this bakery itself well known because of the word of mouth from the customers. They also make a documentary, sort of video, and also taking pictures on how the bakery running the business. That is how they get well known around the world. They have been receiving good and positive feedback from most of the customers. The customers consist of local and also tourists from all over the world, such as from Singapore, Germany, Japan, China, and Australia. Encik Rahim Han added that usually all the workers are blood related. They fail to hire outsider as they lack of interest and cannot give commitment with the working hours because this kind of method is time consuming and requires skills and is not that easy to learn. However, it's a good thing because at least they will always be able to inherit this skill to the younger generation and it stays in the family. He also said that before this, there are around 4 bakeries using the same method of bread making. However, all of them has closed down because they have no one to continue the business. That means Salahuddin Bakery is one of the last 2 bakeries that is still using wood-fired oven. He added that he would be glad if there are any bakery shop interested to follow his family method in bread making, as that would ensure the continuity of these pastime skills to be practiced in nowadays world. The other great point of this bakery is that they use zero preservative, chemical essence, and artificial food coloring. People nowadays started to be aware of their health and prefer organic food. This provides a better opportunity for us to keep preserving this kind of heritage in food making. Besides Salahuddin Bakery, in Johor Bahru, there is another business that is using the same method, which is Yacob Bakery. This bakery produces several types of buns, and their hot selling item is their banana cake. Yacob Bakery was first established in 1919 by an Englishman, but then was handed over to a family of Chinese because he needs to went back to England. Same goes to Salahuddin Bakery. Yacob Bakery also a family business. It is always great to enjoy the scene of families working together and practicing their family passed down tradition. Pizza Kayu Api at Durian Daun Melaka is another example of business that use masonry oven but more modern compared to Salahuddin Bakery and Yacob Bakery. It is proven that this traditional method of using wood-fired oven is still gaining attention and interest from the society. According to the owner, Encik Rafi'i, he said that it's true that he might influenced by masonry oven in Italy, but he cannot deny the fact that he is more inspired by the old traditional wood stove that is used long time ago in Tanah Melayu. He opened up his business in 2015 with a self-made masonry oven that is made of steel, not concrete. Same as Salahuddin Bakery, they use firewood as the burner. The baking process only takes about 1 minute and 20 seconds per pizza, and the oven can occupy 2 to 3 pizza in one time. Encik Rafi'i also said that in one day, usually they manage to sell off at least 50 pizzas. He mentioned that he glad that his business received a lot of good feedback, and that means this traditional type of oven still got a place in citizens' hearts. He feels great that he managed to be one of the people that is still practicing and trying to expose this kind of heritage to the younger generation. It is true that there are still restaurants and bakeries that is still practicing this kind of method in bread making or food making. However, the number are depleting. It is our duty to have awareness on why we should preserve this kind of heritage so that we can ensure the continuity of this country treasure towards the future generation. As what Encik Rahim Haddin mentioned in the interview, he hoped that new generation would have better interest towards this kind of pastime interest and traditional skills, and his business will be managed to be passed down to the younger generation.